Alright guys, today I'm going to try something that I've never done before. I literally have no clue starting this process what we're going to do with it at the end. But today, we're going to smoke a beef knuckle. Not a moose knuckle, don't be a pervert. Alright, this is serious. We're smoking a beef knuckle. No perverted jokes in the comments.
Now the first thing we're going to do is marinate this bad boy. It's a huge lean piece of meat, so I want to get as much moisture and flavor as possible. Go ahead and grab your beef knuckle, toss it into a large Ziploc bag. I'm using a 2.5 gallon. Next, we're going to grab some Lowry Steak and Chop, and we're going to pour about half the bottle into the bag. The next thing you're going to do is toss in some beef stock. Use whatever brand you want. Finally, we're going to grab 2 cups of water. You really want to cover that beef knuckle up. This is where I tried to convince my wife it was a giant cow testicle, but she didn't fall for it. Now after you get your liquid in, move it around in the bag a little bit so the liquid gets between the cut marks and into any open gaps between the fat and muscle. Next, you're going to grab a half foil pan, and after you're done being impressed by my superb dexterity, go ahead and toss that bagged beef knuckle in. You don't have to do this, but it could save you from getting punched directly in the by your significant other if this bag leaks in your refrigerator.
Alright guys, it is the next day, and we have our beef knuckle. It's been marinating overnight in the marinade that we made last night. Again, dexterity skills on point. Now we're going to use this pan to try and keep our work surface as clean as possible. Going to drain out our marinade here. Alright, so now I've never actually cooked a beef knuckle before, but it's a large, fairly lean piece of meat. It looks to me like it's steak. If I'm not mistaken, it comes from the sirloin area. So a couple concerns that we're going to have to take into consideration is there's not a lot of fat to break down, which is why we marinated it. And we're going to need to keep the cooking temperature low so as to not allow it to cook too fast and have the outside cook faster than the inside. Now I am going to do a little bit of trimming here. Like that extra piece of fat seems a little unnecessary. So we're going to go ahead and trim this little chunk of fat off here. We don't want to take the fat off the surface because we're going to want that to, we're going to try and render that down, and hopefully that's going to add to the moisture there. But anything that's hanging off like that, just it kind of increases the likelihood that it's going to burn up. Now we're just going to season this with the all-purpose rub only. If you don't have all-purpose rub, which you don't yet because it's not available on the website yet, but it will be maybe by the time you're watching this, so go ahead and check it out, skullandmortar.com. If you don't have this by the time you watch this video, then any salt and pepper rub will do, Montreal steak seasoning, stuff like that. And we're going to give it a liberal coating. This is a big piece of meat, so it should be able to take a lot of seasoning. Now we've got our beef knuckle seasoned. We're going to go ahead and throw it back into our aluminum pan. Alright guys, so now we have our beef knuckle out on a gas smoker. I chose to use a gas smoker because I'm really looking for something that's going to give it a consistent heat like an oven, but I still want some of that smoke flavor in there. So I feel like the gas smoker is probably the best option for that. We're going to go ahead and try to cook it at around 250, and then I'm just going to let it roll until the temperature is about 245 inside. It's a pretty big piece of meat, so I don't want to push it too far past that because I think that the outside of the meat, the outer layers, are probably going to be done obviously way before the inside. So I don't want to overcook the outside, but I also don't want to undercook the inside. So I think that that's probably going to be the best balance of heat there to kind of get it where I want to get it.
And here is our beef knuckle. It looks and smells amazing. It has a beautiful crust on it. And make sure that you save the juice that's in this pan. Save it for later just in case we need it. And now that I've seen the meat, I know exactly what I want to do here. First, we're going to take a little mayo, some horseradish, and finally, we're going to throw a little habanero hot sauce and a little salt and pepper in it. Go ahead and mix them all together. Now next, I went to the refrigerator and grabbed a couple random peppers, and then I cut them long ways. And then I toasted them up a little bit just to kind of unlock some of that flavor. Then I grabbed this piece of bread here, looking beautiful, and went ahead and cut that open long ways. And of course, if you're going to cut the bread open, you might as well slather the crap out of it with your sauce. Use as much as you like, but make sure that you give it a healthy dose of this beef knuckle. Throw your peppers on top there. And of course a little pepper jack cheese. And then I'm going to hit it with that Vitalware culinary torch, melt that cheese right up. Now you might ask yourself, is it dangerous using this torch on a wood cutting board? Maybe. Who knows? I'm a dangerous kind of guy. We're going to slice that diagonal right down the middle. Because I'm fancying a straight cut. Get out of here with that.
Look at that. That looks delicious. All right, guys, so I hung on to some of that juice that I told you to hang on to from the beef knuckle earlier. Got our little sandwich. Get a dip there. It's amazing. It's everything I really hoped it would be. Alright guys, so there you have it, the beef knuckle. We made a wonderful sandwich out of it just by throwing some peppers, some cheese. We made our own little aioli. We threw it all together and it was a great little quick sandwich that we made on the fly. Now, we're also going to use this beef knuckle later in the week for beef and broccoli, and we're going to use it for tacos. This meat is going to reheat phenomenally because we have all that juice that we saved in the pans. We're saving all that juice and everything. So this cut of meat is really awesome to cook on a weekend, to make yourself something with it, and then to have meals for your family later in the week. So one load of work up front gets a lot on the back end. Anyway, if you like this video, if you found it informative, if you feel sorry for me and you want me to be able to do more YouTube videos that you maybe not even are gonna watch, but you just want to treat me like a charity case and like the video and throw a comment and maybe even subscribe, that's fine. I mean, I'm not picky. I don't know why you did it, but either way, it's totally cool.